Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to my channel. This is another process video for the Crafty Maven Getaway and I am going to do Sketch It. And there's my photo and there's the sketch. And I am at Amy's house. This is the last video that you will see, and I know that I sprung it all the way down to the end of the month for this, but I was able to knock off some of my design team layouts there in June when I was at her home so that I could be able to craft some more other stuff and get some cards done and some other little stuff while all of my design team layouts were up and I had a full month's worth of projects. So this is going to kind of help me out. And I decided to take off this photograph of my son. I'm not quite sure when it exactly was taken, but when he reached out and wanted me on social media, it's all fair game and social media product. And when you post something out there on social media, I told him, I said, well, now I get to scrapbook you again, because I went through his scrapbook and realized that I haven't scrapped much of anything since he left for Germany in August of 2017 because he went to go live with his dad after that. Full-time then just for the summer. And so now he's a sophomore and taking photographs is kind of like non-existent unless I force him to do it or whatever the case may be for that respect. And so now I'm just, edging this stuff. And I normally don't do this, but I absolutely love the way it is. I just got to remember to do it more often. I do have them close to me, but not that close. And while I was at Amy's house, I was like, hey, can I have some edging stuff? So I'm using the smoke or the gray color, I think is what I'm using for this particular one to edge everything. And the collection that I'm using is Pink Fresh Studio, and it is from the Case of the Bloss. And I got this in a warehouse box. So I only got a certain amount of papers, the 6x6 paper pad, and the die cuts. That was it. And so I had to make do with some of the other stuff that I wish I would have gotten of this collection because it fits my son's personality right now very much like any other teenager in this world. Acting very blush and like, oh, do I have to do this? And oh, do I have to do that? Yes, you do, and yes, you do. But my son has really grown up since he had to go move in with his dad because essentially he is now an adult and he has finally learned that I was not joking when I have talked to him about this. And so he has his license. He will be 15 in November. And he's got his license. He can drive in all 50 states. So Lord have mercy if you are in the area that y'all know where he lives. Be careful, drive safe, and get off the road when he's on there because I don't know how he drives. Because I don't want to know how he drives. Just don't tell me. But he also has a job and he's had it now. He'll have it for almost a year now. Because in the state that he lives in, just like I lived in North Dakota, we could have a job at age 14 and our license. Both him and I have been driving about the same amount of years now. I got my license at 14. I was driving, I had my permit for 6 months and then went and got it. So by the time I started school, I was only a few months in and I did my driving test, did everything in the middle of winter. Because it was December or January time frame is when I went to go get my license. And completely fine and content because, it's the state of North Dakota. I mean, if I didn't know how to drive in any of that weather, I better not be on the roads. So he's done he's gotten all of that stuff. So he's had to kind of grow up just a little bit more than he expected. But I am now kind of copying that for the most part. It had one big chunk on this side. I turned it into 4 little chunks with a bunch of stuff for embellishments. And then instead of having tons of journaling, I ran more little embellishments blocks down the edge of it. So while you're watching me, I edge all of the pieces as well to all of the little Case of the Bloss stuff that I add. So some of it that I have on there is binge watching like a champ. He does watch a lot of television. Yippee yippee. What teenager doesn't? He doesn't like coffee per se, but he is a big tea drinker. So I thought first the coffee. It's kind of fitting. documenting the messy stuff. And let me tell you, the messy stuff is these photographs. This is all this boy puts down for photos, is this dog filter, I think from Snapchat or whatever. I'm like, really? You can do more than just that. Oh, I swear. And then the next one is a case of the blahs. And then the next one after that says me time. And then after that is oops. And then on the background page, I have snooze, attitude will change everything, relax, feeling all the feelings. And then just the background paper fits him well. The flaws, it's not all good and that's okay. You know, he acts like he's got such a tough world. And it's really not that tough at all. Because he's a teenager. Ice cream, you know, he likes ice cream and embrace the imperfections. No, thank you. Love the flaws, things like that. It's just all perfectly for him, documenting the messy stuff, things like that. It is definitely, you know, my son's personality right now. I mean, he is a great kid, but let me tell you, it is interesting to listen to him when he calls me for things. I'm just like, oh boy, I can't wait until you're out in the real world and you can't call me for this, that, or the other, because he's got to figure it out on his own. And we're at sophomore, so sophomore, junior, senior, and then he is out the door and into the real world. And I could say I've got one out the door and one almost out the door at this point. I'm ready to be, I love my children, but I am ready to be an empty nester, and that is okay. I am ready for it. So here I am. I'm just embellishing everything. I am doing some foam tape on certain things and just kind of inking the edges on things and all of that kind of stuff. And then make sure that while you're watching me finish this embellish, make sure that you go check out the Crafty Maven Getaway. All of that information will be linked down below to their YouTube channel and to the Facebook group. All of that will be there for you. Make sure that if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so grateful for you to be here. I absolutely love new subscribers, and also make sure that you comment down below. I always get back to all of the comments. It may not be right away, but I always do. I always try to backdate and make sure that I comment at least thanks for the comments so that you know that I did see it. And I do answer questions. I am a big Cricut user too, so if you have questions, by all means, I am here to help. And also, if you are returning, welcome back. I am so glad to have you back. That is grateful to have you back watching my channel on a daily or weekly basis. At this point, I guess I could say it as weekly. But that is pretty much what it looks like there. Now I'm going to get into my Nouveau drops. I am just going along. Do not ask me the 3 colors. They are definitely, I'm definitely at Amy's house because she has almost every color known to man for Nouveau drops. And I'm grateful for that because I did not have the enamel dots. And so this was a good filler. So I have to say, if you're wanting to not have to purchase the enamel dots, Nouveau drops is a way to be. I really like what they look like on the page. They really look like enamel dots. So I do like them. So I do know why Amy absolutely loves these things. And sorry for my head bobbing in and out. I just had to make sure I was looking and seeing what I was looking at. I'm just placing them here and there. I'm taking the colors just kind of spraggly. That's not even a word. Place them all in different spots. Apparently I can't talk. This is what I get. So when this goes up, will be at the end of the month because it'll go on the 31st. But when I did this, all these videos got done on the 1st of July. And I voiced over 6 videos, but 2 of them, because of the Crafty Maven, I do 2 different voiceovers for when I do the Crafty Maven Getaway. And yeah, there's Amy's hands, by the way, as you can tell. I told her I didn't care. You can tell me where the colors should go. And then I am done. I'm leaving you with the splatters. But with the Crafty Maven, I do 2 separate voiceovers. So I did 8 voiceovers in one day, along with all the editing and uploading. So at this point, I probably can't even talk, right? As you can tell. But I'm just splattering the rest, and the still shots will be coming up. Make sure you check out everybody. Like and subscribe to both channels. Go check out the groups. And I will talk to you soon. Bye!